This is what everyone's talking about.
Everything's on the table.
This is what champions come to take. This is what everyone came to see.
And the slam!
No do-overs. No second chances. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is winner take all. The NBA Finals continue on ABC and the ESPN app.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
On a good night, how much you make?
You can make anywhere from $5,000 to $1,000 a night.
On a good night?
On a good night. At least $1,000 a night.
This is the plaintiff, Elizabeth. She says she and the defendant are exotic dancers at the same club, and the defendant drove her car without permission, crashed it into the divider, and flipped it 3 times on the other side of the highway. She then fled the scene because she was afraid of getting a DUI. The defendant admitted she was wrong to drive drunk, but she can't get her to pay the $5,000 she's owed for the car. This is the defendant, Daniela Urena. She says the plaintiff asked her to drive because she was intoxicated. She doesn't think she's totally responsible for the accident because they were all drunk, and there's no way the plaintiff should have given her the keys to the car. Bottom line, they were all at fault, as was a third girl who was also in the car. She's accused of flipping out.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Elizabeth, you've asked us not to mention your last name or your first name. You're suing Daniela Urena.
Yes.
That thought didn't occur to you. $5,000 for $5,000 the value of a car of yours that you say she crashed, and according to you, the damage is
totaled.
worse. It's $5,600. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on here.
Well, on July 15th of my birthday this year, we work as exotic dancers at a club in Brooklyn, and I decided to work that night for my birthday.
You decided to work?
Yes, the night before. The 14th we wanted to work, the 15th is my birthday.
Okay.
So I was at the club drinking a lot more than regular.
You drink while you work?
Yeah, normally. Normally I do, but I don't drive. I always sleep in my car.
You're not worried about, like, safety?
No. There's always, security knows, everybody's used to my habits. I always sleep in the car. My doors are locked. I feel safer doing that than getting on the train or doing anything else.
Okay.
It sounds crazy, but
It's not as safe as not drinking while you're working at a strip bar.
I mean, true.
Right?
But
that would be safer. Get home and then have your drink at home,
but,
right?
I mean, we get paid to drink. We get commissions and stuff like that. So that's the whole idea.
Right. Now you get paid to get them to drink. I just didn't realize that you guys do heavy drinking, too. All right. Were you guys on your own time at the time you were drinking, or you were on
No, we were technically
Showtime.
working. That's why, yeah.
Which one? On your own time or Showtime?
Showtime, but it was my birthday, so.
All right, so what happens?
Well, we left the club around 5, I'd say, maybe 4. So, I mean, I drunk the whole night, honestly speaking, and I don't remember much. I don't even remember, honestly, getting in the car. But I wake up
Why was she driving?
I was heavily intoxicated. You know, she shouldn't have not decided to drive the car. If anything, we should have gotten cabs or whatever the case was. And if I was...
Where's your security that they watch you guys walking out stone drunk like this and they don't bother to make sure you guys get into cabs?
Though that day, it was a promotion. So it was a lot of people. There was at least like 2,000 people in the club that night.
2,000?
Yeah, but just because it was a lot of people there, it's like...
What club is this?
Jaguars 3 in Brooklyn.
And they fit 2,000 people in there?
It's 3 floors.
It's 3-floor club. It's actually a club, nightclub,
How long have you been working
cabaret,
there?
and a restaurant.
How long have you been working there?
3 months. 3-4 months.
How long have you been working there?
I had just started...
That same night.
Not that same night, the night before.
Why do you do this? The money?
It's extra money on the side.
I'm a
How
student.
good is that money?
So
Is it really good?
I was working 2
has
jobs
its
before
moments
this.
where you have good nights, and it has its moments where you have really terrible nights.
On a good night, how much you make?
Like, you can make anywhere from $5,000 to $1,000 a night.
On a good night?
On a good night. At least $1,000 a night.
Anyway. So.
Your mamas know you do this.
Well, if she doesn't...
They do
then
now. They do now. All right. How do you end up driving her car?
See, before we got to the club, I drove to the club.
Her car?
Yes,
Sober.
her car.
Oh, when y'all were sober?
When we were sober.
Why were you driving her car?
Because I knew the place, I knew how to get there,
Yeah.
so we decided this will be easier for me instead of directing her. So I decided to drive to the club. In the club, I guess while we were, working, we have a few drinks, but I guess she was under the intention that since I drove there that I was going to drive back.
That was not.
So in the course of the night...
But you're drinking with each other, so you both know you're getting wasted, and one of the two of you is going to drive back. Was there a third person?
Yeah.
Yes, there was a third person.
Was she drinking too?
She was drinking as well.
Okay, so she's not a candidate. Well, you guys don't think stuff through, do you? What happened, by the way? The accident itself. Tell me about it.
It was pretty much a blur, but I believe it was raining that night, and I was going a little fast, and it was during a swerve, and I tried to slow down, and I couldn't slow down in time, so the car actually flipped over the divider on the other side of the highway.
Oh my
And
goodness.
we almost got hit again, so we had
By the oncoming traffic.
on
on the
oncoming
opposite side.
traffic, so we had to get out the car before we even got hit again.
So you all get out of the car.
So we all get out of the car.
That woke you up,
safely.
didn't it?
Yeah, that's
that part
when
you
I woke up.
remember.
It was still
when I
all
woke
a
up.
shock, though. Like, we were all
Do you
still
have pictures
in
of
the
the
big
car?
shock.
Yes.
Let me see it. Was it a total
I
loss,
have
I take
them on
it?
my phone in color and also in print. Which
The
one is
print,
that?
yeah, and the print black and white?
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of God, give me the phone. Did anybody get hurt?
Well, thank God that we all walked out of there with nothing broken. We did get a lot of bruises and
Bruises, cuts, and
scratches.
stuff.
Probably because you were wasted, so you were all very relaxed and nothing broke. Tell me, or is that, I don't know if that's an old wives' tale, but that's what I always hear. So now
was
the
definitely
police and
outside.
ambulances come and
Yes.
everything?
And I
Well,
left.
we and her got into an argument.
That's ironic. That there is what we call irony. Oh my goodness.
Let's just say we were very lucky to walk out of there.
Oh, there should be a dead person in here.
Definitely. It's a very small 2-door car.
Oh
and
my goodness. Well,
There-
that's a little wake-up call. Where's that third person? Why isn't she here?
She was at work today, so she couldn't make it a day job.
She chose stripping over me?
Oh no.
Like I'm not a bigger novelty? Ladies, you're very lucky to be alive.
Yes.
Did the police come?
Yes. She
Yes.
fled the
I
scene. That's the
actually
thing.
left
Who did?
before
She
the
fled the scene.
I left
You
the
left
scene before.
why?
Well, me and her got into an argument,
That's
and
not
I
why
just
you left.
left. I was like, you know
That's
what?
not why you left. Why'd you leave?
Well, besides the fact that I was intoxicated and
And
the
you didn't
cops
want
were
the
showing
police to
up.
arrest you for a DUI.
Well, yeah, that
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That also.
So you were left there alone? Both
Honestly,
of them left
yeah,
or
well,
just
she
you?
did not
her and
argue.
the other girl.
We didn't argue. I was so in shock and I had woke up.
Please,
Honestly,
I know why she
I
left.
was-
You
yeah.
know why she left? I know why she left, and guess what? She knows why she left. All right, so now, but did the third girl stay there?
Yeah, she stayed.
Okay, so the police come.
We both left in an ambulance,
You
went to
both
the
left in
hospital,
an ambulance.
got checked out.
Where'd you go?
I went home.
And then you call her right away?
A few days after, I started contacting them, and she wasn't picking up the phone. And so eventually, me and her got into contact with each other. We made an agreement to try to settle outside of court.
Okay.
And the numbers that she was giving me, I wasn't agreeing with, and we
What were the
couldn't-
numbers she was giving you?
At first, I asked her for $5,000. I said, okay, I'll work it out. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to make it more complicated because after the accident, I was left with the insurance, everything to deal with.
When you say the insurance, did you have collision insurance?
No, I just had liability.
there's no insurance to cover this.
I had liability, exactly.
Okay, either way, you didn't keep the keys when you drove in.
No,
you
I
had
didn't.
handed them to her.
I handed it to
and
her
then at
in
the
the
end of the
club.
night, she handed
She
it to
handed
you
it right
as your
back to me.
testimony.
Yes.
And you can't contradict that because you're so wasted you don't know what's
we have
happening.
text messages where I asked her, I said, look, I didn't actually drive my car jack, and she acknowledges that I did not ask her, so it could have
let
been
me
a
see
situation.
the text messages.
Yeah,
That's why I feel like since we were all at fault and I told her, I'm like,
Well, no,
you
the
knew
third
we were all
person's not at
drinking.
fault. She's just stupid.
Yeah, well, she should have known better and told us, hey, guys, we're all intoxicated. Let's not get in the car.
No,
But
let me just explain something to all of you. You all should have known better.
Yes,
You guys should
I
know
agree.
better than to drink and drive and put my child's life in danger.
I agree.
Okay? Because you guys wanted to party. Hey, I'm talking to you. You guys wanted to party until 5 in the morning.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah, going to work.
My gosh, you're already up to stuff that maybe is not the best for you as women. And then you make it worse by adding alcohol to the quotient, and then adding the metal leviathan of death to the quotient. So that way, one of you idiots who's drunk can kill yourselves, your friends, and somebody else. Have I got it right? How old are you?
I'm 25.
How old are you?
Just turned 22.
Is this how you thought your lives would be?
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
You have no idea all the things I want to say to you girls, because you girls could be my daughters.
Yeah.
You're killing me, man. Lord, Lord, Lord.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are exotic dancers all flaky?
No, because I don't know.
Well, that's a flaky answer. Okay.
I think it really depends. You know, I think that's the stereotype, but I don't think they all are. It really depends.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, but what do you...
Sweeping generalization to say they're all flaky.
But is it a fair generalization?
No, because you have to view and treat people as individuals.
I understand that, but as a rule, do you think that it's...
I don't have much experience with...
Well, that's what I was trying to get at. Dan, I was digging going inside the courtroom.
You asked for $3,500. Mm-hmm. And then she says, I'll pay half of that because it's an accident. That's the most I can do. Then you say it was an accident you made. I didn't ask you to drive the car drunk at all. $5,000 is the value of the car you totaled. Then you offer $3,000 to settle it. Top of the fact that you fled the scene of a crime. I'm trying to be very civil with you. Then you offer for her to do it weekly or bi-weekly and make it $3,000. You respond, I appreciate you working with me. I'm not trying to make this a legal matter either. I can't afford $3,000. Honestly, we was all together, and if you knew I was intoxicated, I doubt you would have lent me the car. What does that mean? That's what she's saying works in her favor, that phrase.
Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to...
It's not, what did you mean to say?
I meant to say that if you knew that I was drunk, you wouldn't give me the keys to your car.
Right, so then she didn't know you were drunk. I doubt you would have lent me the car if you knew I was intoxicated.
Yes, that's what I wrote at the moment.
You said $5,000, let me at least give you half. I think it's a fair amount. It's not like maliciously did it on purpose. I too could have lost my life. Please, be fair. So you tell her, I'm gonna think about it, save up.
Yeah.
Back in July. What happened since July?
Well, she never tried to contact me. I called her a month to the day of the accident, so August 15th, and I said, listen, you know, we didn't agree on an amount yet. I said, do you have anything? And she said no.
How do you say no if you're making $1,000 a night or $500 a night?
I said on a good...
I know, on a good night. Say it's a bad night. It's, you know, okay,
but
whatever.
Actually, since then, I really haven't been working at...
That's not true, because I see all your texts talking to her about how you can't meet her because you're working at Jaguars, you're working at Secrets, you're working at this place.
No, I know, but
so
at
that's
first,
not true.
like in the beginning, I was unable to work because I was already in pain over the accident, and then after that, I tried to work, and I still wasn't able to make up as much.
Okay.
To an actual
Let me
agreement.
see the damages report for the car. That it's a total loss.
I just have towing.
And what, a Kelly Blue Book? Is that how you're arriving at the figure? Hand me that. Hand me any proof you have to justify the amount you're asking. The Blue Book value of the car is about $5,600, like she says. Here's what I think. And I want you to listen to me. If you drank too much to drive your car and you hand keys to someone which you can't contradict because you neither bring me the other witness nor can you possibly testify because you drink too much, this is partially your fault too. If you drink too much to drive, the fact that somebody hands you a key is not your license to drive. If you crash a person's car, take your medicine. I see that you are making efforts to contact her and try to work it out and you're trying to negotiate the amount of it, but you know, it was you who was driving.
Yes.
And then when she says, I know we haven't settled on an amount, but can you start paying something? The answer is no, I didn't have much work. This happened in July. Kind of harsh, you know?
No, I understand.
Kind of harsh. I'm assessing liability to both of you. I think it's 40-60. You're the one who was driving. You're the one who was driving too fast. She's passed out. And I'm finding you 40 because you're not drunk until you get drunk. And if you're so drunk that you can't drive that car, move around, know what you're doing, or who you're handing your keys to, that's on you. And therefore, I'm going to order you to pay the 60% of the Blue Book value, and that's $3,360 verdict for the plaintiff. That's my judgment. Good luck, ladies.
Thanks.
Well, the defendant's out first. She was driving, after all. Come on in here. What's your reaction to the judge's ruling here?
Well, I feel like she was fair. You know, we both were in the fault, and I think she did, you know, she gave us a fair hearing.
You're very lucky that you're even here at all.
Yes, you have no idea how bad the car accident really was.
So how has this changed you at all?
Oh, no drinking and driving for me anymore. Well, definitely no drinking and driving nobody else's car.
Your own?
Well, not even my own, but still.
All right.
Thank you.
Right down this way. All right, come on in here. You weren't driving, but you were somewhat responsible. What's your feeling on this?
I think it was fair. My thing was I just wanted her to take accountability, and she didn't try at all, so it was fair.
You still working together?
No, I'm out now.
What are you doing now?
Retail.
Okay. Harvey?
This is called comparative negligence. The judge actually assigns damages based on the percentage of fault by each party. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood, so you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
Marvel Television's Wonder Man, an 8-episode series, now streaming on Disney+.
A superhero remake, not exactly what we'd expect from an Oscar-winning director.
Action! Simon Williams, audition for Wonder Man.
I'm gonna need you to sign this, assuming you don't have superpowers.
I'll never work again if anyone found out.
My lips are sealed.
Marvel Television's Wonder Man. All 8 episodes now streaming, only on Disney+.
These are the plaintiffs, John and Denise Dwyer. John says he and the defendant are neighbors, and due to his negligence and failure to properly prune his trees, a large limb crashed through the rear window of their Ford Explorer and damaged the interior to boot. Needless to say, they're having trouble collecting the money needed to make the repairs, and they're suing their neighbor for the $5,000 they're owed. This is the defendant, Tom Gentile. He says there was a huge snowstorm, which damaged a lot of trees in his area, and they were without electricity for 9 days. The cleanup took a lot of time for everyone because the crews were inundated with tree and branch issues. He gave the plaintiff his insurance information, and next thing he knows, he's being presented with an outrageous bill for a truck which is only worth $600. Besides, this whole incident was deemed an act of God, and neighbor or no neighbor, he's not going to be ripped off. He's accused of blowing hot air.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Okay, John and Denise Dwyer,
Yes.
You are suing your neighbor, Tom Gentile, okay, for $5,000, $1,840 to repair a car that you say was damaged due to his negligence, $349 to repair a shed, and the rest of it in pain and suffering to get you to the statutory maximum. Tell me what's going on, because you must be pretty mad.
Your Honor, we had a snowstorm back in October of last year, and our neighbor had a lot of tree damage.
What day was the snowstorm?
The snowstorm was 10/29.
Right, making Halloween sort of difficult.
Yeah, it made it extremely difficult.
Right.
And he had a lot of trees that were lining on our property line. And the day after the storm, when we woke up, we noticed that he had snapped from the weight of the snow, and there was a tree limb across the cupola.
Okay.
We didn't remove the tree limb because we told Tom, and he saw it at that time. We were going to take pictures for our insurance company. And we had been in the process of leaving to go out to get something to eat. When we got home, we noticed the tree limb had been removed. And my sister, who lives up the street from me, her and her husband drove down and happened to see the tree limb on there. And me, because I have a problem with my balance because I can't hear well, my sister went up there and removed the tree.
Oh, so it wasn't him, he wasn't the one who removed it, it was your sister being helpful.
But he did notice my sister over there, and he came over and he told her that John told me not to remove the tree limb.
Oh, that was nice. Right.
And so, yeah.
How long does it take for everybody to take a picture? Did you have cell phones with cameras?
We had no cell service. That's
But
how
do you
bad
need
the storm
cell service
was.
to take a picture in a cell phone that has a camera? I don't think so.
I'm really not sure.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, but in any event, you don't deny that a limb from your tree fell on their shed during the storm.
I don't deny that at all.
Okay, so we don't need pictures, so go on.
Okay, it had originally damaged the top of the cupola, and...
Okay, so we have the cupola, and that's what you're suing for, $349. It's actually the top of the shed you're calling the cupola because it was...
And the cupola was damaged, so the top came off, and then all the rain went into my shed.
Do you have a picture of the shed?
Yes, we do. We have pictures of the shed and the cupola, and the dates are on the back of the photos as to when I took them.
Okay, so then tell me about the car damage.
Okay, about 1 week later, we had a severe windstorm, and we were having some crazy weather back then. And we had a severe windstorm, and the windstorm actually...
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Is this the shed?
That's the roof of the shed, and that's
the cupola. How big is the shed?
The shed is 30 feet long.
Yeah, it's a really big shed. It's not what I expected to see, one of those little tin things. Okay, so this is... What is this cupola for?
It's to ventilate.
Ventilate it. All right, so that's what you're saying is the $349 to fix?
Right.
Okay, all right, so tell me about the car. I'm sorry.
Okay, the car, like I said, about a week later, I had a windstorm. Woke up in the morning to go to work. I leave for work at 6:45 in the morning. And I just happened to sit in my car, and I noticed a small piece of glass that was on my dashboard. I didn't think anything of it. So then I went to turn around to look, and there's a tree in the back seat of my car.
There's a tree in the back seat of your car, and you didn't notice it when you got into your car? You must be mighty tired at 6:45 in the morning.
Because I have tinted windows.
The tree was in your car. How does tinted windows come into play? All right, do you have a picture of the tree in your car? I have to see what you did not notice.
Not the tree in the car.
Not a detail guy, your husband, right?
We don't have a picture of the tree in the car because I knocked on the defendant's door in the morning and explained to him what had happened. He came out to help me remove the tree, and then I had to go to work.
Okay,
so
but I thought I saw pictures of a tree in a car. Where did those come from?
Okay.
Can I see your pictures of a tree in a car?
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. This is what you didn't notice?
Yes.
Is that how it looked and you didn't notice it? How does it even get that way? This is the base of the tree that's in there, it's not the top of the tree.
No, it's a branch.
It's a branch. And so would it go flying or something in the storm?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the trees are close enough, about 15 feet away from the edge of my driveway.
Yeah, but how does it get from point A to point B?
It must have snapped and came down.
Did you notice, are you testifying that that branch was snapped off from the original storm?
Yes.
Okay, why would you park under it?
Where am I supposed to park? I can't park on the street. And I've always been parking there.
Okay, are there still broken branches on those trees?
Not the tree in question. We have a whole line of trees along the property line.
Right.
And it looked like, the best way to explain it is like a banana peel. All the branches just were collapsed because of the weight of the snow on top of the leaves.
From the October 29th storm.
Right.
Okay, so on the day that your car ends up with a tree growing out of it and you don't notice it, was what date?
The 16th, 11/16.
11/16. So that's now 2 weeks and some change later.
Correct.
Okay, so if there were broken limbs, why did you not take care of them?
Well, because we had, along with the storm, we had 9 days of not having power.
Is that accurate? Yeah. This was really bad.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
There were trees down all over town, all over the state. The governor declared a state of emergency.
Right.
And we had the tree company come out after the power was restored. We had a tree company come out. We called multiple tree companies. We barely got companies to call us back because there was so much work to be done.
Right.
When they came out, they looked to see. I said, "Listen, we need to trim the trees. We need to cut one down." And they said, "Okay, it'll be 3 to 4 weeks until we're out there."
All right. And you tried other companies?
We tried. Yeah, we tried.
All right. So what did? Is your premise that he has to pay for this damage because they're his trees?
Yes, they're his trees.
Okay.
And I mean, my homeowner's insurance would not cover it.
Right. And what did your homeowners say?
my homeowners, and as soon as the tree went through, the branch went through his car,
which you helpfully took a picture of.
Yes. And really, if you notice, there's no snow on the ground anymore. And that was 2 weeks later, the snow had melted. It was just a freak kind of storm. But the homeowners insurance came out and looked at the tree that branch came from, looked at the car, and just said, you know what? It's storm related. It's nothing negligent. It's a healthy tree. As you can see, the leaves are on the trees. It's not anything that we did wrong.
It's an act of God.
It was an act of God.
Okay, and therefore it's not negligence on your part, so they're not going to pay.
Correct.
And they denied the claim, right? Correct. Okay. How is it not an act of God? I think that the only theory you can travel under is, hey, Judge, this thing was hanging beforehand. I know because I saw it. But if it really does take weeks and weeks to get a tree guy out there because it's such a disaster that the governor has declared a state of emergency, okay, then what did he do wrong? For him to have to pay, he has to have done something negligently. What did he do wrong?
Is it fair that the person who suffers the damage has to eat the cost if it's an act of God? What do you think?
Yes, I do.
Why is it fair?
Because you should be happy that you're still alive.
Okay, I mean, fair enough. What do you think?
I mean, I think, the person...
It just kind of sucks either way.
Yeah, it depends on the tree,
Well, no, but I mean, if the tree's damaged, then clearly. But is it fair if that person just has to eat it?
I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Someone's got to pay for it, and I mean, if the person who owned the tree, if they knew that it was in
well, then they have to pay.
Then yeah.
But otherwise, the guy just eats it.
Pretty much.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Back in the summer of the same year, we had a tree company at my house doing some tree work. And I had told my tree company that Tom wanted some trees removed. He offered to take the trees down for $75. And at that time, Tom thought it was too expensive.
But was there something wrong with the trees? In other words, if the trees are diseased and he knows it and he doesn't take care of it, he knows it or should know it, and he doesn't take care of it, aha, that's the negligence. But if he just wanted trees trimmed and didn't, that's not negligence.
When those trees were planted, they were planted by the original owners that owned his home, and they were as big as your finger, as wide as your finger.
I know, and then the funny thing happens when you water them.
You can't even put your arm around them.
Right.
And
let me explain. I'm going to explain to you what the law is, and you may like it or you may not like it. All right. People are allowed to have trees, and trees grow. And if your neighbor's tree grows over your property, you have the right to chop up.
Yes, I know.
Okay? I recommend discussing it with your neighbor so that you're neighborly, but you have the right to chop up.
Yes.
But you got to pay for it.
Yes,
he doesn't
I
have
did.
to pay for it. That's one. Two, your neighbor has a tree. The tree is diseased. It's obvious that part of it is dead. It's obvious that something's going to happen. You tell him about it, or he should know about it because it's obvious. You're looking at it. You can prove that. Mm-hmm. He has to pay for any damage that happens. Scenario 3, there's a storm. It is what is known in the insurance industry and in other industries as an act of God, meaning that man is not responsible for it. And a storm happens and a limb breaks off, such as you explained with the shed. That is an act of God, and he doesn't have to pay for it. He did not cause the October 29th storm, okay?
Yeah.
So he clearly doesn't have to pay for the shed. Now, scenario 4, which you have a little bit better of a leg to stand on, is there's a storm October 29th, and weeks later, 2.5 weeks later, a branch that I say was already broken falls on my car. Do you know if that branch was already broken?
There were multiple branches still
So
broken.
you're not denying that there were branches broken. You have no idea if this particular one was broken.
I don't know if that one was or not.
Your complaint is he could have taken care of this sooner.
Yeah.
And your answer is, no, I couldn't have, because there's no power, there's a state of emergency, and I tried calling all of these tree companies, and nobody would come out any sooner.
Correct.
If I believe that, then what did you do wrong? Because the idea is you've got to take care of it as soon as you can take care of it. And if I believe that statement because I I remember the storm, and I know that people couldn't get tree companies over here, and I know that tree companies from all over the country were coming over here to make some money, and I know that it really took that long. Then what did he do wrong?
He told me that he would take care of it and for me to get an estimate.
Look, he either has a legal responsibility to pay it or he doesn't, and the law says he doesn't. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Well, the law's on the side of the defendant in this one. It's an act of God. What's your feeling about that?
That's what several people have told me, so I'm going to abide by it. And no hard feelings.
No hard feelings?
No
right?
hard feelings, no.
How did you come out of the house that day and not notice a huge tree sticking out of your car?
Because we're on the far side of my vehicle. I get in on the driver's side, and it was the passenger side that had been damaged.
You guys talk anymore?
No, he actually moved to Florida.
Oh.
And, you know, we did get along very good, I thought.
Okay.
I thought. Okay.
All right, good luck with everything. Right around the corner this way. All right, come on in here. What's your reaction to this outcome?
I thought it was going to be exactly the way it was. An act of God is an act of God. We didn't do anything. I thought we were being very neighborly throughout the whole time. And
why'd you move out?
Well, not because of the neighbor.
No,
no. We're looking at Florida for other reasons.
Yeah. Well, okay. Look out for the hurricanes down there.
Yes, thank you,
Harvey.
I'm telling you, this is a foolproof trick. If you have a neighbor who has a precarious tree, send them an email. It puts them on notice they are screwed if that tree falls. Period. And they'll fix it, by the way. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This is the plaintiff, Lee. He says he rented a room the defendants, who were brokers, found for him. Turns out the room was illegal. All the defendants had to say about it is take them to court. So guess what? He's suing for $3,225 for the return of the broker's fee and rent. These are the defendants, Jasmine Marshall and Selwyn Harwood. Jasmine says the plaintiff started some trouble with another tenant in the building, and that person got a restraining order against him. Then, the plaintiff got arrested and went to jail and had to move out. She certainly doesn't owe him any money and is pretty sure the judge will agree. They're accused of rotten renting.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Okay, Lee, you've asked to be referred to only by your first name.
Yes.
You are suing Jasmine Marshall and Selwyn, is it Harewood?
Harewood.
For $3,225 in broker fee plus rent, because you're the landlord and you were the broker on the case, plus pain and suffering. Okay, is the hat religious or is it a style statement? Okay.
Religious.
Are the glasses prescription?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I prefer that you take off your glasses. I like to look into the whites of people's eyes when they're talking to me. Thank you. Okay, so what happened here?
First, I went to her office, asking for her services to find me a room rental. She found me a room rental. I moved in.
Okay, and that was where?
In Brooklyn.
How much did you pay her in broker fee?
I paid her $325. $25.
Does that sound right?
No.
How much did he pay you?
$150.
$150?
Yes.
Do you have the paperwork?
Yes.
Do you have paperwork that proves that it was $325?
I paid her 2 weeks worth of
Can I
rent.
just see proof of what you paid her? She's disputing it's the amount you said.
I don't have all my receipts. I had to move my stuff out.
Okay, Lee, I just need proof of the things you say in court. That's how every case works.
Right.
Okay, so she has handed me a receipt made out to you that says what you paid her was $150. And do you have any other evidence to contradict that?
No.
No, okay. All right, so you pay her whatever fee, you move in, you're living there for 3 months, and something bad happens, and what's that?
I got into a dispute.
Who's living there, by the way?
One family lives on the first, second family lives on the top, and the rooms are being rented in the middle floor.
Oh, do you live below or above?
I'm renting a room on the second floor.
Is there a kitchen on the second floor? Yeah. Okay, so go on.
So I moved in, and a gentleman next door, he offers to rent me a cable box for $30 a month. So I rent the cable box on the 8th of March. The following month, he came to me on the 1st and said that he wants the payment. And I told him he's a week early. I rented on the 8th. I'll pay you on the 8th. He was kind of upset, but he let it go. And then the second month, he came again, and I told him to wait till the 8th. On June 5th, he came for a third time, and he was more aggravated that I told him, that I'd give him the payment on the 8th. So he entered into my room, and he went toward the cable box, saying he wants his cable box now. He don't want to rent it to me anymore. So we got into a quarrel, and I wound up getting him out my room, closed the door.
How'd you get him out of your room?
I pushed him out of the room. He wouldn't close the door, so I wound up just disconnecting the cable box and just giving him the cable box, closing the door, and then getting dressed for work. I left for work.
What do you do?
I'm a union carpenter, and sometimes family members have me do work at their home.
Okay.
So anyway, I went to work, and I also belong to a clergy council. On my way to work, I called one of the ministers, and I told him what happened. So he went to the house to make sure everything was all right. He said that the tenant, roommate, he called the police. The minister then told me, my colleague told me that the guy's he's trying to get you arrested. He vowed that he was going to put you in jail.
I see a restraining order, though. Like, when did he get a restraining order against you?
I'm getting to that right now. Okay. To speed it up, on a Monday, which was the 11th of June, I went into the kitchen. My food was going out of the cabinet. So I knocked on his door and asked him if he knew what happened to my food. And he cursed me out. He yelled and screamed that he's not security and all this other. I said, okay, no problem. So I went into the freezer and I went and got some frozen chicken wings. I got a knife and started separating the chicken wings. He came out of his room and he got into an argument with me. And I told him, look, leave me alone. I don't want nothing to do with you. I had the knife separating the chicken wings when I said, leave me alone. He smiled, looked at the knife, went downstairs, left the doors open, and called the police.
And said you pulled a knife out on him?
Said I threatened him with a knife.
Okay, you ended up moving out, right?
Right.
Okay, and your lawsuit is about asking her to pay back her broker fee, whatever it may have been, and him to refund your rent that you paid while you were there, and for both of them to pay you almost $1,000 in pain and suffering. What'd they do wrong? Sounds like you and this guy have big problems. Either you pulled a knife out on him or you didn't, and he's a jerk and a fraud. But what did they do wrong?
Okay. After I was released from the court the following day, I had to get an escort to come and get some of my property from my room. The police officer who escorted me looked and said, this is an illegal rental. Get your rent back from this place. This is not legal.
Well, that's not the law, though. You don't get your rent back that is in the past, but you don't have to pay rent in the future if the person's not allowed to collect rent. Do you have this thing, like, quartered off in a way that's illegal?
What happened is this. I have a cousin of mine who was renting his apartment building, right?
Not one word.
Okay,
Let's slow down.
Let me explain.
So is a landlord responsible to a tenant if another tenant in the building is a troublemaker and causes damage?
100% not.
Why?
Because if you're responsible enough to rent from someone, then you should be responsible enough to handle your
So it's the tenant who's responsible, not the landlord?
Yeah.
Got your point. Going inside the courtroom.
It's a two-family.
Right.
Second floor is an apartment.
Yes, and then there's bedrooms and a bathroom and a kitchen on the first floor. And then there's bedrooms and a bathroom and a kitchen on the third floor. That's a three-family home, not a two-family home, right?
No, there's an attic. It's a legal two-family. It's an attic.
So probably the attic is illegal.
His son lives upstairs.
You're not renting out the attic. Is it true that's his son? In the attic?
From what I know.
Okay, all right, gotcha. If you're not renting out the top one, then I'm not worried about more than, quote, two families living there.
Right.
All right. You said something else in your complaint. You said that this fellow who you had the problem with was known for having a violent tendency, but the only person who's been either rightfully, because you admit it, pushing him out, or wrongfully, because you say you were just cutting chicken, accused of violence is you, not that guy. So what is it she's supposed to have known and therefore shouldn't have rented you the place?
Well, the other roommate that lives there, he works at nighttime, and he also said that he had problems with this guy.
Do you have that person here as a witness?
No, I'm not able to go back to the place.
Do you have an affidavit from that person?
So I wasn't able to get in contact with the other gentleman. But also, several times when I was on the phone, in my room and in the kitchen, the landlord eavesdrops. And I called him downstairs. He didn't know I was looking, and he was like listening. I said, "What are you doing?" And he jumped in.
Why are you scaring him?
You know.
Okay, well, you have said absolutely nothing in all of this time that would put me in a position of saying, hey, you people, pay him $3,000. Okay. Not a single thing, not one thing. You lived somewhere, you had a problem with somebody, you had some problems with the law, you have a restraining order against you, and you ended up having to move out. You want money you paid in the past to live there given back to you, and you want her to return her broker's fee, and you want both of them to pay you because you've had pain and you've suffered.
Right.
Yeah, no. Okay. Verdict for the defendants.
My evidence, I
Well, the verdict comes in all of a sudden there, and so you're out in the hallway here on the losing end of this case. What's your thought on that?
Well, she didn't let me produce the rest of my evidence. She asked me what happened. In the course of me expressing what happened, I didn't get to produce my evidence.
Well, it was just
an illegal rental, and a broker rented me a room in a legal rental. As far as what the rules state in HPD, that a place is supposed to be registered. It wasn't registered. I have the evidence, and I'm supposed to get my rent back.
All right. Well, the documents are waiting around the corner. See what happens. See what happens there. Okay. So step on in here. What's the problem? I don't know. What's funny?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I think that I don't know why he would want. He's suing me for the whole rent, and it's not. I didn't collect the rent. I just collected the broker's fee, which he lives there, and I thought.
Well, the judge says his problems were not your fault.
Exactly.
So he's going after the wrong person.
Oh,
so it's not my fault. I did not do anything. That's what the judge said. All right, Harvey.
So here's the deal. If a tenant in a building is a troublemaker, the landlord is not responsible for what that tenant does to other tenants. The tenant can sue, one tenant can sue the other. The landlord is not responsible unless that other tenant really poses a serious health or safety risk. In that case, the landlord has some duty to stop it.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.